If she texts you, how tall are you? Do this. So this video is essentially going to be an entire comprehensive course on how to respond to this type of text you get from girls. Because I can tell you this, as a short man, I very rarely ever actually get asked this over text. In fact, I could probably count on my fingertips. I can only think of 3 examples off the top of my head that a girl's actually texted me this, and it was essentially due to the fact she didn't find me that attractive. So if you're constantly getting bombarded with the how tall are you, she's not that into you, and she's just looking for a way to politely reject you. So before we get started, here are my credentials. I'm only 5'6". Now, yeah, as you can see in my Hinge bio, I put 5'7". Now, here's a little short guy game. If you are short, just put an extra inch or 2 in your bio. It's totally fine. Literally, the guys who are 6'3" will put 6'6", 6'5" in their bio. Like, I'm 5'6". I'm putting 1 extra inch. It's not a big deal. I'm telling you, these girls, they don't know the fucking difference. So, you just got to play to win, man. You just got to play to win. It's not dishonest because honestly, when you throw shoes on, you're going to be whatever height you put in your bio anyways. Just don't lie. Don't put like 5'10". Don't put 6 foot. Just put an extra inch. But as you can see, this is literally just over one night on my Hinge. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches over the course of just one evening. And then I consistently get hit with the too many people are waiting for a reply. So essentially Hinge has this like stupid rule where you can only be matched with or have 8 people in your inbox at a time. So the moment you have like 8 matches lined up in your inbox, you can't send any more likes and you can't start any new conversations. You have to message the people in your inbox. It's a dumb rule, but it is what it is. And then lastly, as you can see, 113 notifications on my Hinge, right? And if you guys aren't familiar with the nature of the beast when it comes with these dating apps, they're certainly not in men's favor. In fact, most men have a pretty brutal experience when it comes to online dating, simply due to the fact that women only swipe right on 20% of guys on dating apps. So most guys can't even get like a match or 2 a week to save their life. I'm getting literally just on Hinge alone, I get about 30 a week. And then if we're going to count like Bumble and Facebook dating, I'm pushing 200 a week. So like somehow, despite having literally my height in my bio, which should be the biggest disqualifier, I'm getting more matches than I know what to do with, right? Because I'm here to tell you, women don't mind if you're short, right? The reason she's bringing up height, the reason she's rejecting you for your height is because you're lacking in some other areas, right? You might not be very handsome. You might not be in shape. You might not dress well. You might be socially awkward. You might be having all these other things going on. And it's just a lot easier for her to, point out your height. Is height a disqualifier? Yes, but it's only the final nail in the coffin, right? If you make up for it in every other area of your life, you'll get very similar results to me. In fact, even if you magically woke up like 6'3" tomorrow, you would still struggle with girls. So get this. My friend, I was coaching him for a bit because he was struggling with his dating life. He came to me. He hadn't gone on a date in 5 years. And on paper, you would think this guy would be crushing it. 6'4" or 6'3", whatever, and jacked. But he was carrying a little extra body fat. He was kind of socially awkward, didn't dress very nice, and he needed a haircut and he needed to work on his grooming. So one by one, we started attacking every single area. And then boom, now he's going out with girls. Girls are literally inviting him over. He doesn't even have to go on a date, right? My brother, 6'3". I don't know why I'm 5'6" and he's 6'3". But the point being is he comes to me for advice, right? So I'm telling you, bro, even if you magically woke up taller, it wouldn't magically save you. But without further ado, let's get right into this presentation. So if she rejected you, or not rejected, if she said, how tall are you? This means one of 2 things. So the first thing is you are, can you guys guess what I'm going to say? I kind of hinted at it earlier. What do you guys think I'm going to say? You are ugly. Not literally. I mean, maybe literally, but essentially she just doesn't find you that attractive. Sure, maybe you started a conversation with her over text and she was reciprocating, messaging you back. But like, she really wasn't that into you, bro. Like, let's be real. She was taking like 3-4 hours to text you back, a fucking day to text you back. Like, she wasn't that into you. There's other guys in her inbox she's talking to, and she just needed one little reason to weed you out when you finally like had the balls to fucking ask her out, right? She enjoyed you texting her because it was giving her attention. But then when you finally said, hey, let's do this, let's go grab gelato or whatever you asked her to do, she had to look for a way out. So the easiest thing for her to do is just to ask, how tall are you, right? It's not a real disqualifier. It's just, you know, her one way out. And then the other reason is your it's very hard to write with this mouse, by the way, your online presentation sucks. So what do I mean by your online presentation? Online presentation is essentially how you present yourself on Instagram or any dating app profile. So maybe you are a handsome man, but you find that you're consistently getting asked, how tall are you? And you're getting rejected for your height. So even though you're a handsome man, you're not presenting yourself in the best way possible. So I'm going to make an analogy for you. When it comes to dating app profiles, I kind of went over the statistics. Women only swipe right on 20% of guys, right? So essentially when she's on a dating app, she's just swiping no on everyone. Like, she's not even looking at the first picture. Like, the first picture literally has to hook her attention so she can stop the scroll and actually look at your profile. But just stopping the scroll isn't good enough. Like, she might, you know, you might have like a good cover photo and it catches her attention, and she like stops, she looks at your profile and she's like, okay, yeah, he's pretty handsome. And then like she sees like some bullshit photo on the second picture and then she just swipes no, right? You got to have good photos. So essentially, you know, your online presentation sucks. Maybe, you know, on dating apps, I guess you'd get swiped no on, but Instagram, let's say maybe it's like half decent. Like, it was enough for her to follow you back and answer your DM. You're not presenting yourself in the best way possible for her to actually like want to like find you attractive. Because keep in mind, these girls are getting DM'd like all the time. I don't know if you've ever seen like a girl's inbox, but it's absolutely flooded with dudes, right? It's just an absolute sausage fest. So you have to stand out. And essentially what I was getting at is your online or your dating app profile or even your Instagram is your online dating resume, right? So if you were to apply for a job, and this is the analogy I was making, if you were to apply for a job, you would present yourself in the best way possible so you could get that interview, land the job, shake that man's hand, get the fucking job, right? But all of a sudden when it comes to dating apps, everyone just half-asses it, right? They just take shitty photos, them at the bar with their friends, holding a fish they caught, picture them with their mom, but it's like cropped up, it's cropping her out, but you can like see her shoulder like over your arm. Like, that's not going to cut it, bro. You're half-assing it. So let's go over what to do if you're ugly. So if you're ugly, as you can see, you know, I used to look like a fucking Reddit moderator, but now I'm pretty handsome, man. I'm pretty handsome. A lot of guys believe that, you know, if they're ugly, they're screwed. There's nothing they can do about it. It's all genetic and you have to get cosmetic surgery, but I'm here to dispel all that. So let's go over what makes someone, what makes someone ugly. So number one, the first reason you're ugly is you are fat. You are fat. And I don't mean like you're literally necessarily obese, because like right here, I don't look morbidly obese by any means, but I was carrying way too much body fat. So a lot of guys, they believe that they have like bad genetics, like I said, and that they need to get like facial implants or jaw surgery. But the truth is you're actually just carrying too much body fat. So just like your physique, as you lose weight, drop body fat, obviously your physique gets better, but your facial aesthetics will also improve too. Your jawline will become more pronounced. Your cheekbones will hollow out. They'll also become more pronounced, and your face will even look a little more symmetrical. Like, look, my face actually looks pretty symmetrical here, and my face looks like lopsided here because I'm just carrying so much extra bloat, so much extra fat. And, also as you build more muscle, your facial aesthetics will also improve because you're increasing your testosterone, but you're also improving the bone density in your face. So your face will actually become more developed. And that's what happened to me as I lost weight and also started building muscle. But this will also happen from optimizing your diet, which I'll get into in a bit. But the second thing is, you're carrying excess body fat. You lack muscle mass. You lack muscle. So kind of like I said, if you don't have much muscle, like just kind of like the rest of your body, you're just kind of look puny and scrawny, just like your face does. It looks kind of just puny and weak. So you need to build more muscle. This is also going to make you more biologically attractive, right? So when you focus on the muscles that actually create the V-taper aesthetic, like your shoulders, your upper chest, your lats, your biceps, your abs, and all being at a low enough body fat percentage, you're actually going to have what's called the aesthetic physique, where you have like the V-taper proportions, essentially where you have broad shoulders and a slim waist. And if you actually develop like the perfect golden ratios, as they call it, there's actually studies that show that women will look past any flaw you have, whether it's your height, you're bald, you have like some like deformity. If you have the perfect golden ratio proportions, she will literally look past any flaw you have because you just strike that pure biological primal desire, right? It's the same thing, when you see a woman who has the hourglass figure, you literally can't help but look, right? So when a woman sees a man with a V-taper, she literally can't help but look. So you need to go to the gym regularly and you need to focus on progressive overload, but also training with adequate intensity. That way you can elicit muscle growth. And you want to make sure the majority of your routine is centered around the aesthetic muscles. So there's 7 aesthetic muscles, and that's going to be your shoulders, specifically the side and rear delts, your lats, which is going to give you more width in your torso, giving you kind of like that upside down triangle look to have the V-taper aesthetic. Then you want to focus on the upper chest, which is really going to give you like that aesthetic Greek god look. And then you want to target the biceps, your abs, your neck and your traps, and then lastly, your forearms. This is just going to make you look more masculine, and it's going to make you look far more attractive, right? You're going to find that all this time you thought you were getting rejected because of your height. It was simply due to the fact that you just weren't very handsome in the first place. So going back to being fat, let's go over the actual diet you need to follow. So the diet that allowed me to make this transformation was, first of all, I needed to eat in a calorie deficit. And if you don't know what a calorie deficit, this is essentially where you eat less calories than you burn so you can actually lose weight. That's how weight loss happens. It's essentially you're eating less calories than you burn. This is just the basic law of thermodynamics. So first things first, you need to make sure you're actually eating in a calorie deficit so you can lose weight on a consistent basis. And I recommend you eat in a 500 calorie deficit because this is going to set you on track to lose a pound a week, right? If you lose more than a pound a week, I mean, you might start losing muscle. Some guys can get away with it. Just kind of depends how much muscle you have in the first place and how advanced of a lifter you are. But I recommend for the average Joe, which is probably you watching this video, just stick with the 500 calorie deficit. And the way you want to make sure you do this is you want to buy a food scale and you want to start weighing out every meal you eat. That way you actually know you're eating like adequate amount of food. So you know that you're actually eating less calories than you're burning so you can lose a pound a week. And this will set you on track to, get to about 10 to 12% body fat in a matter of any time between 12 to 15 weeks, depending like how much body fat you have to lose, which is going to put you in that aesthetic body territory where you have the V-taper aesthetic, you have abs, you have vascularity, and women are just checking you out left and right everywhere you go. Like other guys are like asking you like, hey man, like you're looking good. Like what's your workout routine? What's your diet? Hey man, let's get a workout, right? All of a sudden you're going to be getting all these compliments that you've never gotten before, all this like female attention. So you want to eat in a 500 calorie deficit, but what's really key is the food you're eating. So in the past, I would try and do cuts and I would lose the weight, but I'd end up getting like super, super bloated, super inflamed. And it was because I'd listened to all these bodybuilders and influencers. So if you're familiar with any kind of like fitness content, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But all these like influencers and bodybuilders will tell you, oh, just follow if it fits your macros, right? If you can budget the food and your calories, you'll still lose weight. And yeah, you will lose weight. But the problem is when you're just eating fast food and drinking protein shakes and making all these like weird recipes like protein pancakes and all this like other garbage that is just like seed oils and a bunch of processed shit. Yeah, you'll lose weight, but you're not going to be able to retain or build any muscle because you're not giving your body the nutrients it needs to grow. And it's also going to leave you to just looking kind of soft and pudgy, even though you might have lost 15 or 20 pounds. So the foods you need to eat in order to maximize muscle growth and reduce bloating so you can actually boost your testosterone and pack on the most amount of muscle possible, essentially making you far more attractive and really just becoming unrecognizable, as you can see, is your diet. The foundation to your diet is going to be eggs and beef, right? So any kind of red meat, so steaks, ground beef, lamb, eggs, and beef. This is the foundation to your diet. And a lot of people are like, oh, but eggs, they raise your cholesterol. Cholesterol converts to testosterone, and you need testosterone, right? I think I've already kind of hammered that into your head. And then everyone always gets caught up about red meat, but the studies done on red meat was literally done on like fucking bologna and hot dogs. So it wasn't even like real food. It was literally just like processed meat. Like, red meat is literally the most nutrient dense food you can put in your body. I mean, you're getting zinc, you're getting iron, you're getting vitamin B12, you're getting all these essential nutrients, which are just going to fuel your body and regulate your hormones and make you feel just like a totally new man. You're going to be high energy, your metabolism is going to be faster, your skin's going to clear up, and you're going to be packing on muscle faster than you can believe it because you're getting your body all the nutrients it needs to actually grow. So definitely make sure your diet's in around eggs and beef. And then as far as like carbs go, you want to eat potatoes, fruit, any kind of fruit will do. And then I would have like, you could do like sourdough bread. I like sourdough bread. Or rice, specifically white rice. But this will ensure that you're actually like, you need to eat carbs. Everyone acts like carbs are bad. This is what's going to give you energy throughout the day and allow you to have better workouts. But if you find you're ugly, just go over everything I've gone over. Just make sure you're doing everything I've gone over in this module. So you want to make sure you drop the body fat. So eating a 500 calorie deficit so you lose a pound a week. And then make sure your diet's centered around eggs, beef, potatoes, fruit, sourdough bread, and rice. And then you also just need to pack on muscle. So I would start going to the gym about like 3 to 4 days a week. Have like a upper lower workout routine where you hit upper body one day, lower body the next. And then obviously prioritize like the aesthetic muscles. So do compound exercises that are going to target the shoulders, the upper chest, biceps, all those muscles I've named earlier. So think like an overhead press, an incline bench variation, chin ups, pull ups, stuff like that, and you'll be building muscle faster than you can believe it. And you'll honestly become unrecognizable and be able to make a transformation similar to I did. And you'll find that women are texting you far less about your height because you're just way more attractive than most guys. Because if you look around the street, like most guys, straight up, bro, they're just fucking fat. They're fat. They got beer guts. They got tits, love handles. Like they're not very attractive. They don't stand out. And when you got those aesthetic V-taper proportions, you're instantly going to stand out amongst every guy she's talking to, and of course, every man you just see walking around the street. So maybe you're handsome, but you're still getting shit tested. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Your online presentation is bad. It's just bad, bro. The average man will make like a Hinge account, and bro, their profiles are fucking horrendous. Like one of my friends, he's like 6 foot or something. And he saw that I had like 100 notifications on my Hinge. He's like, how the fuck do you have that many matches? And I was just kind of like, you don't get that many matches? What do you mean? Like, I just acted like it was normal. And he's like, no, I don't get like any matches. The ones I do, I don't find attractive. And when I text scrolls, they leave me on red. I'm like, well, just let me see your profile. And when I saw his profile, I was like, oh, well, no shit, you don't get any matches. He had like a picture of him. It was like a mirror selfie wearing like a hoodie. You couldn't even see his face. He had like a picture of him like cheesed up in front of like a birthday cake, and like a picture of him and his mom. And then like a video of him doing like a Star Wars impression. I'm like, bro, like what the fuck is this shit? Like this is why you're not getting matches. And I showed him my profile. They started talking shit like, oh, you're such a douchebag. Da, 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 da. I'm like, bro, like this is a dating app profile. Like I'm here to match with girls. Like that's why you're on this app. You need to actually cater towards the female gaze, what women find attractive. Otherwise, you're not going to get matches. Because I don't know if you're aware, but like the statistics aren't in men's favor. So if you actually want a shot of going on a date, which I imagine you do since you're on these apps, you need to present yourself in an attractive way. She needs to actually see you and be like, wow, like he's fucking hot, right? But most guys don't understand this, right? They take shitty photos, them holding a fish they caught, them like drunk at the bar making ridiculous faces, pictures of them doing like the middle fingers. It's not it, bro. So I'm going to show you my top performing photos on my Hinge. So these photos give me a lot of fucking matches, right? And I'm going to break down why they do. So first things first, as you can see, I'm fucking handsome in all these photos. Like I look really, really handsome. But two, you can clearly see my face in all these photos. If she can't clearly see your face, she's swiping no, bro. She's swiping no. Why would she go out with you? She's not trying to figure out what you look like. She's on to the next dude, right? You have essentially like half a second to make a good impression. So when it comes to Hinge, I wouldn't lead with the shirtless photo because girls are a little more like relationship oriented on there. But if you're on like maybe Bumble or Tinder, this would be a really good first photo to have. But if you're using something like Hinge, you know, either of these photos would work phenomenally. And what works so well about these photos is one, I'm handsome, but two, like I'm in cool locations. Like I'm at a nice restaurant here. I'm actually in my backyard here, believe it or not. But, you know, my parents, they have a really nice backyard. So it actually looks like really, really cool. It looks like I'm at like a lounge or something, just by the way I like angled the camera. But essentially, you want to display yourself in a way that looks like you live like a cool, exciting lifestyle while wearing, you know, cool outfits, being handsome. So if you're not handsome, go back to the last slide. I literally break down everything you need to do to become more handsome so you can actually, you know, get less bullshit from girls. But two, like I'm well groomed. Like these photos are high quality photos. Like you can clearly see what I look like. And by the way, these were taken on an iPhone. You can get really nice photos on your iPhone. You just got to know how to like properly pose, how to dress nice, have good lighting. Like I highly recommend, you know, for these photos, like in the dark, since we're at restaurants and at night, use the flash. And then you can like edit like the saturation and the brilliance and the exposure to make it look a little neater. And then, you know, having a nice shirtless photo. So a lot of guys, they will have the shirtless photo. Maybe they have the physique, but they get it wrong. They take like a douchey, like gym selfie. That's not the way to do it, bro. Like that's just going to get like men being like, oh yeah, bro, you're looking good. But like, that's not going to be attractive to girls. In fact, that's why so many guys say things like, man, ever since I started going to the gym and packing on muscle, women don't even find me attractive. I've only been able to attract other dudes and only guys compliment me. I don't even think women like muscles. It's like, no, bro. Like, it's because you're taking like gym selfies and posting them on your story and putting them on your Hinge. Like, that's catering towards the male gaze. Women want something a little more subtle like this. Like, look, I'm at the pool. I'm kind of wet looking. That sounded really weird. I'm kind of wet looking. I got out of the pool, right? And I'm lean. Like, I look good, bro. And obviously, you can tell I got those V-taper proportions, broad shoulders, slim waist. So take like a photo where it makes sense for you to be shirtless. Maybe you're like out by the pool, you're at the beach, in the sauna, something like that, where it makes sense for you to have your shirt off. And then you don't want it to look overly posed. Like, I'm just standing, looking to the left. Boom. You get photos like this and you'll instantly get more matches than you know what to do with. Like I told you my results. I showed you all my results on dating apps. I get so many fucking matches. It's ridiculous. And it's because I know how to actually take good photos. I know what women find attractive. So if you can figure out how to cater towards the female gaze, you're going to get more matches than you know what to do with. Girls are going to be messaging you first. Like, it's just going to be fucking easy mode because you stand out amongst other guys. Because I told you what the average man's dating app profile is like. It's fucking shit. So the competition, the barrier to entry is very low, even if you're short. Now, the reason you clicked on this video is you want to know what to do if a girl texts you, how tall are you? So what to text her back? Well, the first thing is what you don't want to do is get defensive. If you get defensive, bro, you've lost. You've already lost. I think I spelled that wrong. But if you get defensive, you fucking lost, bro. Like, she already knows that she got you riled up and she instantly lost attraction for you because you lost your cool, right? Some girls genuinely will text you this because they're attracted to you, but they're essentially doing what's called a shit test, where they kind of want to see how much of a man you actually are. And if you get defensive, they immediately associate that with you being insecure. So the last thing you want to do is be like, oh, well, how much do you weigh? Or, oh, I bet you're only into tall guys, or just like getting like all angry and butthurt over it. And she's just gonna think you're insecure and you're never gonna hear from her again. So the last thing you want to do is get defensive. The way you want to handle it is you want to do what I call, you want to, agree and exaggerate. Yeah, just pretend that says exaggerate. You want to agree and exaggerate. So what does that mean? Agree and exaggerate. Essentially, you're going to respond with something sarcastic, owning the fact that you don't give a fuck that you're short, because all of a sudden, she's going to view you as way more confident. She's going to see that little things don't knock you off your square. Most guys get pressed over little things, not just height, but whatever, right? And she sees that, like, you don't care, you're confident. She's instantly going to be far more attracted to you because you know how to actually conduct yourself like a man. You got that stoicism to you that most men are lacking. So essentially what I mean by agree and exaggerate is if she like says like, how tall are you? Or, oh, you're short. Just own it, bro. Own it. So I'm going to show you an example of how I did last time this was texted to me. And by the way, this was all the way in like 2023, just to tell you, like, it's very rare girls actually text me this because they find me handsome. So they're not worried about how tall I am. But as you can see, this girl, she slid up on my story. How tall are you? And this is where I hit her with the agree and exaggerate. Almost tall enough to go to Six Flags by myself. And look how she responded. Good enough. Good enough. And then the next story, it's kind of cut out, but she's like, Papi. She was Latina, just commenting Papi on my story, right? It's because she could tell I'm confident. I don't get pressed that she was worried about height, right? Now, maybe it doesn't go this easy for you. Maybe she like doesn't respond this way. She's like, oh, well, no, like seriously, like how tall are you? Just tell her, bro. Just tell her, right? And if she doesn't like that, she can kick rocks, bro. She can kick rocks because I can tell you this. There's plenty of other girls out there that will like you for your height, right? So don't get caught up on this one girl. Oh, she rejected me because I'm short. Cool, bro. Go talk to another. I'm telling you, bro, like most of these girls don't care when you work on yourself, when you're making good money, when you're handsome, when you're dressed nice, when you got the aesthetic body, you're not going to get rejected too often, right? You're not going to get rejected too often because you're select and you're rare. But essentially, you know, when a girl texts you, how tall are you? You want to agree and exaggerate. And more than likely, if she's attracted to you, she's going to respond positively. But if she doesn't, just own up to it. Big, yeah, I'm 5'6", I'm 5'7". Don't say anything else. Don't say I'm 5'6", but look, like I make good money and I drive a nice car. No. Don't do any of that shit. Just tell her, yeah, I'm 5'6", and just see what she says. If she rejects you, kick rocks, block her, remove her from your phone. Don't talk to her anymore. But if she's cool, awesome, man. She was just giving you a shit test and she wanted to see what kind of man you are. But that's essentially what you need to do. And then also, like, if you're on a date, maybe she doesn't bring this up over text, but she brings it up on the date, like, oh, you're shorter than I expected. What I would say is, I could have sworn you were the girl that was into short guys, right? That's a really good example of agreeing and exaggerating, right? And she's instantly gonna see like, oh fuck, I can't mess with this guy. And if she like keeps giving you shit about it, be like, hey, like if it's such a problem, like I can walk you back to your car now, right? You essentially hold the frame, right? You're not afraid to walk away. They always say, Donald Trump, he had that saying, like if you're afraid to walk away from the deal, you already lost, right? Same thing goes with dating. If you are afraid to walk away from her, she holds the power, she holds the frame, she won, you lost. Good fucking luck. So if she still gives you shit on the date after you like agree and exaggerate, make a joke out of it, just say like, hey, like if it's such a problem, I can just walk you back to your car. We can call it a night or whatever. But that's essentially what you need to do. But that's it for this video. I'm going to give you guys a recap on what you need to do. So first things first, you need to be handsome. If you aren't handsome, I got a ton of videos on my page. I'll link a few of them in the description of this video on how you can become more handsome. But like you'll find as you become more handsome, as you get in shape, you're going to be getting rejected far less than you normally would. Women are going to be checking you out left and right. You're going to get more matches than you know what to do on dating apps. You're going to get shit tested less. Girls aren't going to be asking you, how tall are you, right? So you need to be handsome. Looks, they're not going to save you in a relationship like some of these dorks on the internet will lead you to believe. They'll absolutely get you in the door and they'll make things easier because you just spark that true, like, burning desire. It's just kind of like animalistic. And then two, if you are handsome, you need to work on your online presentation, right? Because like I said, if you're handsome and you're still experiencing this, it's just because you're not presenting yourself in an attractive way online. So you need to take high quality portrait style photos that show all your strengths and cool locations, good lighting, and nice outfits, right? That way you stand out amongst all the other guys that are hitting her up, right? I told you how the average man presents himself online. Competition is very low. Like you could easily become one of these guys who's cleaning up in the top 20% of dating apps. You just need to have better photos. And of course you need to be more handsome. But essentially, when she texts you, how tall are you? You just want to agree and exaggerate. Make a joke out of it. Show that you're confident. That way she can see that you're not like insecure about your height. It's just going to be far more attracted to you. But that's it for this video, guys. If you found this video informative and you want a little more like one-on-one help with me, like maybe you're struggling with dating or you just want help becoming more attractive, like getting in shape, dropping body fat, how to dress, what haircut to get, how to be more groomed, how to have better social skills, how to articulate yourself better so you can have not only a better dating life, but also just, feel more confident in yourself in everyday scenarios, whether you're networking, out with friends, whatever you're doing. I do help guys maximize their self-image so they can, have a better dating life and feel more confident on a day-to-day basis. Because I'm a big believer in how you look is highly correlated with how you feel. And how you feel, that energy outwardly projects to the world. So that's why women find you more attractive when you're handsome. Obviously, you're more physically attractive, but also you carry yourself more like a man. And women crave, that masculine confidence in men. It's so rare nowadays. So if you want help, making a transformation similar to mine, you can just click the top link in the description of this video. You can book a call with me and we'll hop on a one-on-one coaching call and I'll see how I can get you right. But if you're not ready for something like that, that's totally cool, man. Just keep watching these kinds of videos. I post videos like every other day, just on how you can self-improve, become more attractive, get in shape, get better with girls, that kind of thing. But that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.